K-series things. Yeah, so, alright, welcome back to the garage. Cal here, Origin Alpha, K24, K20 head. We're going to finish this long motor today. So, what I need to do is clean this head again. I need to clean the head, I need to put the valve springs back in and get that all good to go. Once that's done, we're going back on the block. So that's essentially your long motor anyway, which is your block and your head. Major timing components all done. And you can see that I've got the copper coat on this head gasket. I have torqued this head gasket down like 3 times now. It's only run, well, very short term. Basically from the previous workshop to his home, from his home to the south side of Brisbane here. I'm on the north side, and then on a tow truck to me. So not too much, and the head gasket's still in very good condition and everything, and all the mating surfaces are nice, clean, flat, flush, and we're using it again. So just precautionary, we've got some copper coat on there. We'll get all our timing and everything done as I was saying, but the main thing is all of these little tiny components here all need cleaning and going back together. Yeah, so, well, let's get that done. We might even delve into getting a few other components of the motor cleaned up and in, but this is my Easter Sunday. I'm not meant to be working in the garage. I'm trying to do this thing where I actually take weekends off, take time off and don't work on the cars, or try and do it during the week, 1 or 2 days to chill, relax, meditate, think about what I need to do, plan, just chill, be more productive during the time I am working instead of working all the time and not being as productive. If that makes some kind of sense there. Anyway, let's get into it. I will start by cleaning the head, and we'll get the other valve springs back in because these ones probably aren't going to do too well in a high compression motor. So yeah, we'll get these out and let's go. Okay boys, right, so head is clean. I like to give the head a little bit, well not just the head, just any part that I use brake cleaner and stuff on. I like to give it a little bit of time to kind of relax, chill, evaporate all the extra brake clean and stuff that might not get blown off with the compressed air or cleaned out with a rag. So now she's good. We can get the garage open. It's not pissing down with rain. It is drizzling, so still a bit, still a bit how you going, but at least it's nice and cool. Now, next up, with the head clean, head gasket on, you got your dowels and stuff in there. I chased the threads, and there was quite a lot of crap right at the bottom of the threads in the head stud holes, so it's always good just to give it a good chase and clean it out. But that's all done, that's all clean. We've got our OEM new head studs. These have been torqued down. This will be the 4th time, so from new it was torqued down, sent out, showed up here on a truck. I took the head off, rebuilt, fixed the bent valves, gave it a full clean refresh, clean up all of that. So that was the 2nd time. Now the head's been off again, given that this thing was cooked, even with a freshly rebuilt head. So that's 1, 2 times. Actually, this will only be the 3rd time. This is the 3rd time these head studs have been used, so they're good. They are within length. There's no real stretch to them yet, so we'll reuse them once more. We could go to ARP head studs, but with how mild the build is right now, I think we're just going to leave it as is. Yeah, so we'll get these chucked in, torqued down. I've gone through and cleaned them all up. and gotten all the old oil off, even though it was still fairly clean. Gotten the old oil off, and we'll chuck some more oil on there before tightening them down. And then yeah, that's our head torqued down. Now after that, we are going to move to reassembling the rocker arms and all of this assembly, which is always fun. It's just real fiddly really. Going to make sure we get all our springs and actuators on the right side. We'll get our locking pins for VTEC and stuff. Going to give the ones that I've taken out a quick wipe down. We're going to wipe down like the larger components, but thankfully when I rebuilt the head, I've already gone through and cleaned it, so I don't have to do that again. Like that's going to save me a lot of time, a lot of headaches. We will go through and just wipe down everything as we reinstall, as per, well, just good practice. So let's get the head studs in, we'll get into that. There's quite a substantial amount of, well, there's bearing in there for one, and there's also quite a lot, like a substantial amount of assembly lube as well. So we're just going to clean all that out, give it a good fresh slate, clean the bottom side as well. Get all that sealant off. Outside's already been cleaned, I cleaned that recently. That needs to be a kind of wipe out job. Got all my old microfibers here, so let's do a bit of a time lapse, we'll clean it up and we'll slap her on. Boys, we are done. Well, that's actually just my coffee, but we are done. K24. Oh yeah, it's the good stuff. So timing's done, pistons are in, cranks in, well, everything's done up to a point where it's still bloody raining. So really need to get back into that and sand down the bay, get some primer and stuff down, and I think I might just have to deal with the weather, because it doesn't look like it's going to change anytime soon. But how good is this? So the block is clean internally, externally. Crank is now clean, free of all bearing material and all of that. How good is the seal on that? Not too much, not too little. Took a while to clean out the bearing swath from the oil. These are always a pain in the ass to clean actually, like even if it's a perfectly clean motor, getting all the oil and stuff out of that is actually quite hard. Spends bloody I spent ages cleaning it, and it's just like one of those things that you think you gotta clean, or you think it's empty of oil, and you go put it down and you go pick it up later and it starts dripping. It's like a power steering pump, dude. Like, doesn't matter how clean you think it is, it always ends up leaking later on. Anyway, got a few accessories bolted on. This is where the build is going to stop for the moment, so I'll put it in the car without the crank or any of the manifolds or anything like that, just to keep kind of like the profile of the motor as slim and small as possible, especially given that we'll have a freshly painted bay. Don't want to scratch it up. What I'll do is I'll get this off and I'll put it on the bench. I'll get the gearbox and I'll attach a flywheel. We've still got a rear main to do. We've still got the back of this bad boy here to do. That's the plug for the oil gallery port. So I've still got to put that in and torque that down, so I'll do that when, you know, it's off the stand and on bench. I've got plenty of room. We'll get that rear main in, flywheel, clutch, all of that stuff. Yeah. So, I guess thank you for joining me in the process of building this bad boy. Thinking about doing a little bit of a competition as well, maybe like say $100 PayPal transferred into your PayPal account, something like that, and that's Australian dollars, boys, for anyone watching in the States. No, no, not doing that. Yeah, maybe something like that, based on the wheel horsepower, not the engine, but the actual output wheel horsepower that this bad boy will put down on the dyno. So we'll be on 98, standard injectors, basically a standard Z head. So it's the Type R head with 12.5 to 1 compression wide scope pistons. We got some Sains rods, new bearings, full fresh bottom end, full fresh top end. Everything's clean, smooth. It's going to run nice. Still got to have accessories on there. We don't have aircon, and we don't have power steering on this one, so there might be a couple of kilowatts gained from that. Otherwise, she's going to be a pretty standard setup. So yeah, maybe chuck in the comments what you guys think it will make, wheel horsepower or kilowatts, whatever. I'll do the conversion, and yeah, we'll chuck $100 in your account if you are the closest one to the output of this vehicle. So yeah, that will call it for this video, I guess. Nice, done, clean, beautiful. Like, comment, subscribe. I do appreciate your comments. If you got anything to say about the build, anything I can do better, faster, cleaner, anything like that, or maybe just how you guys do it yourself, do that, chuck it in the comments and I'll have a good squiz. Thank you for watching, and yeah, peace.